Boys are back in town. Welcome to the Deadlock Podcast, episode number 321.
Oh?
You know what that
That's
means.
a good number. What's that mean?
Tony, what's it mean?
3, 2, 1. Go.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool. You know what all that means, boys? This is, of course, technically the spooky episode of Deadlock because it's Halloween this week.
Yes! Yes!
Awesome.
Ooh, spooky.
Yes! Today, we are talking about WWF Saturday Night's main event, November 2nd, 1985.
Yes, and they, I believe, filmed this on October 31st, but it was aired a few days later, which makes it also the spooky episode of Saturday Night's main event.
I'm gonna punch my monitor.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, this is the Halloween episode of Saturday Night's main event, where there's a Halloween party and there's a contest.
And it's Thanksgiving.
And it's also kind of Thanksgiving, but also some big matches. Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant team up on this show. And there's
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah, Intercontinental Title match as well on this. A lot happening on Saturday Night's main event.
Well, before we get into that, we have some Deadlock updates.
Up now on the Patreon. That's patreon.com/deadlockpw. A new episode of Watch This. It is up now along with, by God, 260 plus other episodes of Watch This. That's our weekly watch-along series. We watch a match, watch a fight, watch a who knows what it is, and you don't know what it's going to be here. It could be a spooky one, right, Tony?
Yeah. Ooh, ski.
What
woo.
do we say for that?
Ski. Woo.
Yes, I mean that's close enough. I like the energy.
Anderson.
No, we don't fucking say that. That's not what we fucking say. There will be no Anderson on Watch This. But what there will be is a new retro sync. Also, by the way, is up on the Patreon. That's our bi-weekly series made by David. He takes a review that we've done for a previous wrestling show and syncs it up with some footage and puts in a nice package for you to enjoy. That's in the $10 and above tier right now on the Patreon. Of course, also in the $10 tier, a new SGH this month. A little horror flick for everybody to watch along with us. Get excited for that. Join up now. That's patreon.com/deadlockpw to find hours and hours and hours and hours of exclusive content waiting for you from the boys. DPW Deadlock Pro Wrestling returns to Cary, North Carolina on November 7th at the Sport HQ. We had a great time last time we were in Cary. Lot of noise. Great show. Very excited to head back here. We enjoyed it so much. We had to get back here. So November 7th, that's a Friday, November 7th in Cary, North Carolina. That's super close to Raleigh, super close to Durham, super close to a ton of places in North Carolina. No reason to not come spend a Friday night with Deadlock Pro Wrestling. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at dpwtix.com. And if you missed it, DPW Super Battle aired last weekend, dpwondemand.com. It's our biggest show of the year. People are buzzing. People are talking about it. How did the boys do it again? How is this show so crazy every month in and month out? And I say, oh my God, I don't know, but you should check it out. dpwondemand.com, our biggest show of the year, as well as our entire catalog of Deadlock Pro Wrestling in great quality, a great site, easy to get. You can get on iOS, you can get on Roku, you can get on Android. It's never been easier to watch Deadlock Pro Wrestling. That's dpwondemand.com, dpwtix.com. And I'm going to let my friend here be real angry at you.
Kennedy.
No, that's not what you say. That's not the fucking... We don't fucking... That's not the part.
Get in.
There
or
it is.
get the fuck out. All right. Now it's time for the Patreon shout-outs. Starting in the $5 tier, SVR08 24/7. Featuring Mr. Chase.
That's fucking crazy.
I mean, Mr. Richard's son.
That's just even worse.
Fuck. I mean, Mr. Anderson.
I guess I did this to myself.
Anderson.
Yes. Right, I heard you.
They killed Kenny, you bass.
The fish.
Just got out of jury duty. They said something about a conflict of interest. Maybe to do with the grandma killing 87 police. Bryant Heath. Yasan Bjorn.
Yasan.
Eric. Bring back the Go Home Show. Marcus Moore. Matthew Harvey. Ruby June. $10 tier. The Canny Bus. My 87-year-old grandma shitting in the local police's bags.
Like Jerry Sags?
Miko Abola. The Puzzler, 99. Big Joe, 3,500. Gringo Jones says bring DPW to St. Louis. Karan Smith. Christian Franklin. Donovan. Robinson.
This is just a horrible combination of fucking words for no reason.
Version 7. The Big. Double C. Joshua, my man.
Oh, shit, my man.
Guy. It seems today that all you see are Patreon names making fun of Johnny. But what are those jokes about Tony being old? On which? Sandwich.
On which what? On sandwich.
Kareem Limon. Strange production.
Just don't put your names anymore.
Brady Hoffman. That one fart that crawls under your balls to whisper, fuck you, Johnny.
Okay, it's even worse than I thought.
Wow.
Famous actor, Michael Penis. Also a football player. Will Arvin. Sebastian Bowling.
Oh.
Deacon _Stews. Chase
Jesus God. Is this
Richard's son.
Does he
The
even,
OG.
he's never said anything about this.
Goat.
No.
Cool, man. Hey, Meltzer. Chris Louie, CJ O'Doyle, Max Buck, and Bilvis are the 4 pillars of CZW. Are they booked? No. Okay, thank you, John Zan Dick.
Wow. That's like my brain just splattered on a word.
And still, the Patreon champion of the world, 69.
Oh,
Sour
my.
Smarties. Help,
my.
I'm stuck in Fortnite. Hank Hill has the Megazord and is threatening to kick my ass.
Sour Smarties. What a run.
Wow.
Sour Smarties has been on. Still on top here. Thank you all for signing up. Patreon.com/DeadlockPW. Nothing more to be said. Thank you.
All right, now it is time to get into WWF's Saturday night's main event, November 2nd, 1985.
That is the year. That's and I didn't realize how around the same time as the last one we watched this was. I think this is coming off the heels of the last Saturday night's main event that aired with the Uncle Elmer wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Some fallout from that here. But before we get into this episode of Saturday night's main event, we have just a little bit of observers for you here today. From the Observer, October 19th, 1985, in New Japan news, Meltzer says, we start this week with one of the strangest matches in wrestling history, the Antonio Inoki versus Masa Saito match on the empty island of Ganrujima on October 4th. This is New Japan's take on the Funk Lawler empty arena match, and legend has it that the island is where samurai warriors would fight to the death. They had a ring set up and 2 tents for the competitors, and the only other people present were reporters and the camera crew. It was supposed to start at sunrise, and Saito came out twice, and Inoki was nowhere to be seen. At 4 p.m., Saito came out one more time, and Inoki jumped out of the jungle to ambush him and start the match. The official report is that Inoki won after 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 14 seconds when one of the color commentary guys stopped the fight when Saito was put out with a sleeper. About 30 minutes of the match aired the next night, and apparently the actual length was something around 45 minutes total, and mostly rest holds. This is fucking insane sounding. I've never heard of this.
Is that, you said there was 30 minutes of footage they aired?
So I was looking into it just to see, because I was like, oh, maybe this is something we could watch. And then I was like, oh, this is a 2-hour match. And I guess they did air most of it. And like, I found it on Reddit 11 years ago. Somebody posted it in 12 parts, but they're all gone.
That's
So I'm
old
sure
school
it's
style.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I don't know if we'll be ever watching this match, or maybe I'll sit down and watch it myself, alone, unrecorded, and not tell anybody about it.
That's the best way to watch it.
Just anything. TV Asahi spent $135,000 for production costs on the jungle match between Inoki and Saito.
How much?
Costs include $135,000 US.
Nice.
Costs included flying all the reporters and equipment to the island by helicopter. That's one reason they're not feeling great about the rating, which I believe did not good because people just didn't want to sit there and watch rest holds and them bleeding. And I guess that didn't do well. See, that's what people want now, right? They're clamoring for the blood and the jungle rest holds.
Dude, I mean, if you really think about it, that's maybe one of the most carny things ever. I don't know if anyone could do that nowadays. You think anyone could convince a TV network to spend $135,000 to go film a fight in the woods? No, that just happens on fucking Instagram Reels.
From The Observer, October 26, 1985, Eddie Gilbert will be meeting with Vince McMahon this coming week. He'll be representing himself, Terry Taylor, Missy Hyatt, and Sting. No secret that Sting is one of the wrestlers WWF most wants to have under their employ. Sting coming to WWF in 1985 would... I don't know how that would have been for Sting. From The Observer, November 2nd, 1985, this one's going to hurt you, James. WWF is suing Tom Zank for $100,000 for breach of contract.
The Z-Man?
The Z-Man. He's getting sued. He left. He left the Fed. He's gone. And they're suing him because of it. $100,000.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, WWF could have taken that $100,000 and did a bad match in a jungle instead, but
they would have been just a little short, sadly.
Last couple things here from The Observer, November 9th, 1985. With business down lately, WWF seems to be gearing up for some few changes. I know we love those WWF changes. They're going to do roughly 8 angles for the top matches on any given live show and 2 live shows per night. They're also going to do more old school promotion angles at live shows to build the rematches at the next show. They've also apparently acknowledged the work rate issues and believe some of the blame of the attendance drops are due to that. They talked to the wrestlers about this at the last tapings on October 26th. So we'll see how things shake out in the next few weeks. Who do you think? You think Vince was talking to the boys about the work rate, or he sent Jesse Ventura to do it?
No, I think Vince McMahon walked down Cousin Mud Pie and asked him, what the fuck is he doing? What are you doing?
Right.
House is down.
Yeah, what are you thinking? You got that guy, like, you got a guy like that, and you're like, well, your work rate sucks. So, like, what did you book me for, man?
What do I do? Oh, we're in a fucking hall.
Dude, I like how also they're like, yeah, it's like, we're just losing money. Let's just run 2 shows a night. Like, that's a great idea.
2 live shows a night with 8 angles. Oh, fuck.
That's how we make more money.
Last thing here, most importantly, in WWF news, a fan-rushed one-man gang in Rochester, New York, on October 27th. His name is Joseph D'Aquisto, and he tried to take gang down with a double leg. They wound up rolling around on the mat for a moment before 15 security guards dragged him away, and he was fined $50 for disturbing the peace. It's the guy who eventually becomes Roadblock. So he attacked the one-man gang here. The guy apparently wanted to be a pro wrestler, but WWF turned him down. And then he debuts 2 years later as the Roadblock.
I mean,
what?
That's
crazy.
The craziest story ever. What the fuck?
That's a 6'7" Roadblock? No way.
Roadblock's one of the biggest stars of our generation. And he started by attacking the one-man gang.
He tried to kick the one-man gang's ass as a fan.
He turned a shoot into a work.
He did, and he got signed to WCW in like the 90s.
And was one of the more legendary characters to hit Nitro.
He's one of the biggest legend stars in his business.
Him and Z-Man were probably doing clinics on Saturday night. Vince said, we need that work rate back here. Who is that guy? He's the guy that attacked the one-man gang. Fuck.
So, I mean, like, hey, word to the wise, you do this and you're getting your ass kicked, and that's it. Well, that's it for The Observer. Now let's talk about WWF Saturday Night's main event for November 2nd, 1985.
All right. So we start this SNME,
yeah.
with a cold open here. Mean Gene and Bobby Heenan are here dressed up for Halloween.
Yes. Oh my God, and it's so spooky, isn't it, James?
I thought it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you thought it was Easter. You're fucking something's fucked up in your brain.
Mean Gene is dressed up as the pumpkin rapper from Power Rangers,
which would have been way cooler. So yeah, we're backstage here, and Bobby Heenan is dressed. I believe the joke is that he looks like a weasel, but he's actually a raccoon.
I thought he was Davy Crockett.
That's also what they kept saying. I didn't understand that at all.
He's the brain.
Bobby Heenan is bobbing for pumpkins. And Mean Gene says, Bobby Heenan, what in the world are you doing? And Bobby says, what am I doing? I'm practicing for the pumpkin dunk contest. And Gene says, what? What are you wearing? Is that Davy Crockett or is that an early weasel skin? And Bobby says, weasel skin? This happens to be Raccoon, the finest raccoon. With or without this hat, I'm still the best. And Gene says, well, you're going to have to be at your best. You know, your men, King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd, are going to have to be at their best when they meet Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant in that all-time dream tag team bout. And Gene is pitching this tag match, and Bobby Heenan is still bobbing for pumpkins. Never heard of such a thing.
In a container full of shit? What is this? I've never seen this. I've never heard of pumpkin dunking.
No, bobbing for apples, right? That's what I've
Yeah,
heard of.
that's what I thought of. Yeah, but
Which is usually in a tank of just water. This is bobbing for pumpkins and shit.
It would have been funny if it was just for Heenan, and then later on it's just a normal gimmick.
Yeah.
Swatter pumpkins.
Bobby has 2 pumpkins in his hands here, and he says, let me explain to you something. Even you and your small little minds can understand. Here's Hulk Hogan. He's got 1 pumpkin. Here's Andre the Giant. They got another. And he smashes the pumpkins together. And Billy Corgan had an idea that day. So Hulk Hogan is backstage now, and Hogan says, yeah, you can just forget about that weasel, Bobby Heenan says. Everyone knows that Andre the Giant and how Bundy and Studd broke the rules and why they did it. Well, tonight's going to be a fair fight, dude. I'm going to make sure of that. And I can't just wait to see Andre the Giant mop up the ring with those 2. And Andre walks in and he pats Hogan on the chest and he said, I do not talk, Hogan. Let's get some drinks. I don't know what the fuck he said here. The caption says, let's get some drinks. I swear that's not what he says.
no, I don't think so. I don't know what he says though.
Oh, see, I thought he said, let's go do it. Let's go do it. Enough of this. Let's go do it.
Yeah, right. That's what I thought too, but the caption said, oh, let's get some drinks. All right.
Dude, this is a crazy fucking match. I couldn't believe this wasn't the main event. Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy versus Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan is nuts.
I mean, these are some big stars they have on this show.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this was viewed by a ton of people.
That's true.
TV was just different back in the day. 1985, there was 4 fucking channels. You're watching the local news, so you're watching Big John Studd.
Then Roddy Piper is backstage with Jesse, the goddamn Body Ventura. He's back. And Roddy Piper...
He's not even dressed up.
That's what legit they say all night. Hey, what the fuck are you wearing? This is just what I wear, McMahon.
I wore last time we were on NBC, McMahon.
Well, Piper is dressed as Super Roddy, which is, of course, a shout out to Beetlejuice from WCW. And Jesse says, well, Super Roddy, you got Uncle Elmer and the Hillbillies really steamed. And I mean steamed by the way you interrupted their wedding. What are you going to do with those guys, these idiots? They're going to be on your pit tonight. And Piper says, what a better place to make fools of them than in front of national television. So Mean Gene's now backstage with Terry Funk and Jimmy Hart. And Gene says that, Roddy Piper's just too much. But with me, the 2 newcomers are Saturday night's main event. And if I could interrupt your tobacco chewing Terry Funk, I'd like to talk to you and, of course, your manager, Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Tonight's going to be a showcase match for you with the Junkyard Dog. It could lead to a title shot and against Hulk Hogan and Terry Funk. And Funk says, Mean Gene, it's just a matter of time before that heavyweight belt is around my waist. But that can wait tonight. I'm here to house train the Junkyard Dog. And Mean Gene says, Jimmy, your critics say there's no place in wrestling for this man's branding iron. And Jimmy says, hey, man, I don't have to answer him, but Terry, well, I think he's got something he wants to say. And Terry Funk then spits just a whole wad of tobacco into the camera. Which is just fucking completely disgusting. It looks like the same stuff that Bobby Heenan was bobbing in earlier.
Oh, it does. Wow. Yeah,
like
you're right.
Legit same substance.
I like Terry Funk's run here on Saturday night's main event.
Me too. He's like a wild
We've
card.
watched a few of them by this point, and but I'm always really happy to see him. So Vince McMahon introduces us to Hershey, PA.
The candy capital.
And we see a bunch of people in the crowd who dressed up for the evening.
I mean, the first one they show legit scared the absolute shit out of me, and it wasn't even meant to be scary, I don't think. Vince is talking about the tag team match later with Hogan and Andre, and then they cut to a dude in the crowd who has the biggest Hulk Hogan... It's not a mask, right? I mean, I guess it is a mask. He has a gigantic Hulk Hogan head on. He's dressed as Hogan, and it just... I mean, it's the scariest fucking thing I've ever looked at before.
Dude, it is scary.
Where did he get that?
Do you think he made it?
1985, he's got the big Hogan mask.
Someone should maybe, contact the police of how good he was able to fucking do that, actually. This guy should be on a list. Shit's crazy. Then, of course, we also are going to get Tito Santana defending the Intercontinental title against the Macho Man Randy Savage. And we see some more people in the crowd. A couple of dudes dressed as big fucking gorillas. Just scary looking
Dude,
dudes.
okay, so I watched this, the beginning part here on a VHS rip. So like the
Right.
quality was really bad. And it didn't look like two dudes dressed as gorillas. It looked like fucking the Tango Warriors from Power Rangers.
Oh.
Like I was like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, they
The
were scary
birds?
looking. I could totally see that. Dude, the Tango Warriors were scary as shit looking, though. That is what birds sound like. Dude, that's pretty good.
Yeah, they also sounded like, caw.
We'll also have a Kung Fu Challenge. Mr. Fuji, I wrote Mr. Fungi. Mr. Fuji squares off against Ricky Steamboat. And Vince says, and then a trick-or-treat adventure courtesy of Roddy Piper. This dude in the crowd is Roddy Piper. And then we see the Coneheads.
Dude, what?
I mean, that was pretty good. We also see a scary goddamn monkey alien with flashing eyes who just really likes the WWF because he has a WWF hat on.
Shit means something to him.
I mean, even when you're evil, you get entertained by the WWF. So we're going to go backstage now. Me and Gene is staying with Terry Funk, and we're going to go. Vince says, let's go back by way of videotape, which is an anomaly.
Let's go
here.
golfing.
Oh, dang it. See what happened with Terry Funk with an innocent ring attendant. So we go to the Mid-Hudson Civic Center, and Funk is handing off his entrance attire, his entrance gear, to a ringside attendant. And he hands it to him, and he looks back at him, and for some reason, he is enraged. So he grabs him by the shirt and starts literally beating the absolute shit out of him. He drags him into the ring, stomps him out. He's so mad at this guy that he throws the guy that he was scheduled to face out of the ring, and he goes back to kicking this other guy's ass.
Time to get some heat.
And it did. It did. Then we go back. Me and Gene is with Terry Funk and Jimmy. And Gene says, gentlemen, I need an answer. How can you justify such dastardly behavior, Jimmy Hart? And Jimmy says, well, you know exactly what that was, baby. That was television tricks. That was special effects trying to make me and Terry look bad. They got Super Grok in 1985.
That was Sora.
That sucks, man. The WWF is evil. And Terry says, television tricks or not, that's nothing compared to what we're going to do to that piece of dog meat, the Junkyard Dog. Come on, Jimmy. We got some Brandon to do. And Gene says, all right, well, thank you. Speaking of Brandon, let's take a look at last time Terry Funk met the Junkyard Dog. And they show from Madison Square Garden in the summer of 1985. I guess JYD had beat Funk in this match. And then after the match, Funk beat him to shit with a branding iron. Just didn't brand him.
Lot.
He just assaulted him with the physical branding iron, which is pretty good. Mean Gene's here with the Junkyard Dog. And Gene says, JYD, what happened to MSG? What effect will that match have on your bout tonight then? Do you want revenge or do you want to win this one? And super simple. JYD says, you know what, Gene? They say every dog has his day. That day was Terry Funk's day, and tonight's mine.
I always like Junkyard Dog's responses to stuff.
Okay, this is something I wanted to actually talk about. Again, another blind spot for me is the Junkyard Dog, but you were telling me, James, that he was, you know, super fucking over before this.
Main guy in Mid-South, yeah.
Yeah, which
I spent a little bit of time watching Mid-South TV. Him and Ted DiBiase and Michael Hayes were doing a lot of work down there.
And is he just the same cadence? I mean, was he doing promos there too? I'm assuming he was.
Yeah. So the biggest angle I think he was a part of was the one with Michael Hayes where the Freebirds came in and they blinded him.
Oh, okay. I've seen the clip of that.
Yeah, right. And then I think in the angle too, which is crazy, he has like a real life kid and then says that he didn't get to see the birth of his kid because of Michael Hayes.
Whoa.
They sold a ton of tickets off that angle too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Wow.
Yeah, they
Oh,
sold a ton
man.
of tickets off that one.
But yeah, no, JYD. I actually love his promo style. I don't even know
me
if it's
too.
a promo style. He just talks, right?
Yeah, he always has the right thing to say though.
So we go to the ring. It's Terry Funk with Jimmy Hart taking on that Junkyard Dog.
So Terry Funk starts off here talking shit to the crowd and JYD pulls him in over the ropes. Great reaction here.
Dude, I mean, huge pop. And Jesse Ventura is immediately just dogging him, no pun intended. Oh, look, he starts with a complete cheap shot, McMahon. I can't believe the referee let him do that. Now he's going after poor 120-pound Jimmy Hart.
Well, I think he's more than 120 pounds.
Hey, fuck you, McMahon. Would you weigh him? Why don't you weigh the crack cocaine you got in the back, McMahon?
Why don't you weigh yours?
That's enough.
So Terry Funk goes to grab him over the ropes and ends up getting crotched on the top rope, and JYD does the SmackDown versus Raw rope bounce animation to him until he runs out of stamina.
Why the fuck was Terry Funk trying to get out of the ring this way?
I don't know. His shit was awesome, though. So Terry Funk goes over to Jimmy Hart, and he gets his wits about him, and he gets back in the ring, and we start this thing the right way.
Dude, JYD, I swear, there's a shot of them circling, and JYD looks at him and says, "Come on, motherfucker." Oh, shit.
Terry Funk hits a body slam here, but misses an elbow drop. This allows Junkyard Dog to hit a body slam. And then he goes to body slam Terry Funk out of the ring, and Funk rolls around with Jimmy Hart, and he goes to mount him with punches till he realizes, oh shit, this is Jimmy Hart.
I swore JYD was going to milk scoop slamming him to the floor, and then like Funk would rake the eyes or something. No. JYD takes him to the ropes and scoop slams him to the floor. What the fuck?
Just dumps him. Yeah, it was awesome.
Dude, yeah, him rolling around with fucking Jimmy Hart was very funny. I mean, Funk is unbelievable. I mean, it's...
really.
Again, I mean, you know, I'm sure people are tired of hearing me saying it at this point because we've watched, you know, a decent amount of these now, but it's just so fucking weird to, like, watch stuff at the pace that this goes now and how much stuff worked that I know, like, pops me now. Like, it just doesn't happen now.
So Junkyard Dog throws Funk into the corner and body slams him again and does the all fours headbutts.
Oh, shit. He took that from Eugene. And then he pisses on him. That was in the game.
That was,
yeah.
The leg thing, yeah.
Yeah, they totally didn't need to include that part. I feel like that wasn't vital to the move, but I liked it.
It was Eugene's version. That was his theatrics.
So, yeah, fair enough.
So we get massive Junkyard Dog chants here. Jimmy Hart tries to get involved, but Junkyard Dog chases after him. Funk then follows behind him, but JYD notices, turns around, and back body drops Funk on the floor.
On the floor! Like, Funk is going pillar to post for this dude.
Yeah, I love that the story is like any time that Junkyard Dog has a chance to be up here, he is 100% up. Like, Terry Funk has to keep trying to find ways to, like, catch this guy off guard, but he just can't. Like, this guy just knows
always a
too
shitty
much.
way, too. It's not like he's trying to out wrestle him or anything. He's always trying to get, like, a fucking behind the back attack.
Funk actually catches Junkyard Dog with a closed fist punch here and then unloads a punch combo for a 2. Funk hits the whip sleeper hold Piper style.
Yes.
And the crowd is just willing Junkyard Dog to stay awake with chance here. He goes and grabs the rope, breaks the hold, and Funk just swings for the fences here. This allows Junkyard Dog to get his own sleeper hold on.
And I mean, again, big pop for this. Roddy Piper is breaking pencils in the back, stealing my fucking shit. Oh, you fucking
He's not working tonight. It's all good, man.
He's actually on the show too much tonight.
Jimmy Hart gets on the apron and Junkyard Dog grabs him and throws him in. Junkyard Dog then drags him by his feet. But Terry Funk grabs Jimmy Hart's megaphone and hits Junkyard Dog in the back with it, allowing him to pin the Junkyard Dog and pick up the win.
Son of a bitch, dude. When JYD brings Jimmy Hart in the hard way, Jimmy Hart lands, I mean, he lands right on his head. Like, he doesn't try to flip or doesn't have the opportunity to. JYD pulls him in onto his forehead, and it was gnarly.
Big reaction, too. It was dope.
Fantastic reaction. Funk nailing JYD with the megaphone. What a fucking piece of shit. I mean, I needed JYD to win, but he didn't get it done because of these bastards. And Jimmy Hart gets in the ring, and he's got the branding iron. Oh, shit. And that's when I realized what was about to happen.
Yeah, we saw the parts from this on another episode we watched.
Yes. So Funk he's here with the with the branding iron. He goes to brand him, and JYD catches it. And JYD's fighting back. And he hits him with the iron, and Funk goes to the floor, and JYD grabs Jimmy Hart. Funk tries to grab Jimmy's arms to drag him out of the ring. Well, JYD has his legs. They tug a war until JYD pulls Jimmy Hart's pants off. Red panties!
Got him.
JYD headbutts Funk off the apron, and now the Junkyard Dog has the iron. And he kicks Jimmy Hart down, and he brands his ass. He fucking brands him.
I love
on the ass.
infinitely hot branding iron.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
that is. I mean, it's always G'd up, and it always
Yeah,
leaves a
that's
mark.
awesome.
I love this, by the way. I mean, Terry Funk is never not trying to seem like a maniac. The way he helps Jimmy Hart out of the ring is he grabs him by the hair and drags him to the floor.
Funk, from like the second he makes his entrance, is always 100% on the cell the entire time.
He's a psychopath, man. Yeah, he's nuts.
Jimmy Hart out there with his little panties.
Yeah, so Jimmy Hart stands up and there's white stains all over his underwear.
You never took coke up your ass?
That's where he's hiding it, you know, for the
What'd
boys.
you say, McMahon?
There's your coke, McMahon. No, I think that's yours. Okay, fair enough.
So Vince says, well, it's time for the first round of our Halloween party competition. It'll be 3 rounds. The pumpkin Dunkin' chocolate syrup, the chocolate pie eating contest, and the pumpkin fest.
Is that what it was? It was chocolate syrup.
It was chocolate syrup.
I
yes.
legit didn't know.
Yeah, it was chocolate syrup.
I legit, for some reason, thought it was some sort of like, yeah, I don't know, shit.
Yeah, you think, I mean, it is funny that you say it, but like, you would think they would make it something that like makes it harder, right? Not like something delicious.
Yeah, I'd be in there talking about,
Fuck the pumpkins. I'm just getting mouthfuls of chocolate syrup.
So now it's time for the gigantic pie eating contest.
Pie?
Dude, I wrote that exact down. I wrote your first bullet point. The Rock voice, pie? We come to a room here. A lot of wrestlers are dressed up in their Halloween costumes.
Yes, we're in the party room, they call it, by the way. That's officially the name of what we're in here. And Mean Gene's here, and he's dressed as a pumpkin. And he says, here we are celebrating Halloween, albeit a few days late, getting ready for a gigantic pie eating contest. Hogan is here, and all the boys here. Gene actually runs down the list. He says, I'd like to make some introductions. To my left, Macho Man Elizabeth. They're Tarzan and Jane. Nikolai Volkov is Robin. Bobby the Weasel Heenan. Sorry, I mean Davy Crockett. King Kong Bundy as Shoot Abe Lincoln.
With the big hat.
Dude, big fucking hat and the beard. Iron Sheik, I recognize you as Batman of all people. I don't know why he said it like that. I thought you'd be a piece of shit, Iron Sheik. Not wearing your Satan outfit this evening. As Zorro, here is Intercontinental Champion Tito Santana, Hercules Hulk Hogan, and Captain Lou is perhaps one of your Roman forebearers. And Captain Lou said, yeah, Julius Caesar from my great ancestors, Lannister, Bosco. All right?
Right.
I mean, Captain Lou, we've watched a decent amount of Captain Lou thus far. No idea what this guy's supposed to be. Not a fucking clue.
He's the captain
Captain of what? I don't know.
of the WWF.
Oh.
Sure.
Well, that settles it. So Gene says, all right, now, gentlemen, it's down to King Kong Bunny and Captain Lou Albano. Are we to believe that there's already been pie eating taking place and this is the finals of it? Or is it just these two are the dudes?
Just two badass motherfuckers, you know?
They found the 2 hungriest men possible?
Abraham Lincoln and Julius Caesar.
Well, Mean Gene has a stopwatch, and whoever eats the most pies within 90 seconds will win the pie eating contest. And Bundy's taking it serious, so much so that he takes the hat off.
Who do you think brought the pies in here?
It can only be one man. So Bundy takes the hat off, and I mean, it's time
Why'd
for
he
the
take
pie
the
eating
hat
contest.
off?
It's because it's serious. You can't like consume
He
pies
was bald
properly
the whole time?
all the time. I know. It's.
Wow.
I think. Well, you know, he had to store more room. He had to get more hair removed so he could store more pies.
Dude, I love King Kong Bundy. This guy is nuts.
He can only be a wrestler.
Like, we get to see a performance later from him tonight that I gotta say, man,
Oh my god!
super impressed. King Kong
it's
Bundy.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Yes,
super
dude. I didn't know
impressed.
I didn't know he had that side of him in him. Is what I was looking at there. So the contest begins, and I mean they're going to town on these pies.
Dude,
I don't
they're
actually
going
know how.
nuts on the pies.
I don't know how much is even getting into their mouths, but they are grabbing handfuls of pie and rubbing it all over the vicinity of their mouth.
Just scooping it in with a big shovel on their fist. It's
This is so gross. They are just shoveling this shit in their mouths all over the place. Gene's counting down. We get down to the countdown for 10. We get back and forth shots of just their gross mouths. And the winner, Captain Lou Albano. He out-ate King Kong Bundy. Captain Lou, a real eater, James.
One of the best. I'm not in it. I think they're talking about in it, big man.
So Bundy is pissed. Bundy's pissed, and he stands up, and he's fucking fuming. Albano's the winner. Nobody beats me in nothing. And he grabs a pie and smashes it in Lou's face, which really doesn't do much because he has pie all over his face as it is.
Yeah, you're right.
This probably looked crazy on a CRT TV.
Holy shit. I mean, you started watching it originally close to that quality.
Yeah, but I had that shit
style.
Extended up. I mean, you're watching this on
sure.
a 9-inch kitchen TV. Like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, tuning in halfway through to see this. You turn on WWF halfway after the news and you see this shit.
And now me and my kids in 85 are laughing our asses off. This is pie, and you just hit him with another pie? This is hilarious.
Is that Abraham Lincoln?
Holy shit. He's bald?
Wait, that's the captain
Of what? The president?
of the WWF.
All right, understandable. So Gene says, Captain, what do you think? And Lou Albano says, give me another piece of pie, Gene. And then the heels and faces are now arguing. Because that's what the split is, by the way. I didn't mention. The split is, babies and heels here for the Halloween competition.
Well, now it's time for Piper's Pit. We have Uncle Elmer, Cousin
Junior.
whatever you want,
Yeah.
and Hillbilly Jim.
Okay. Is this dude's name not Cousin Luke? It's Junior?
Well, the episode we watched before was after this episode. So maybe they changed it to Luke by that point.
Okay.
I thought his name was Cousin Mud Pie. Still convinced.
Because I looked it up. I think Cousin Junior and Cousin Luke are two different people.
Just
They
different
replaced
cousins, then?
Cousin Junior,
I think so, and they brought in Cousin Luke.
Cousin Luke Jr.
Dude, there's a fucking conspiracy here that nobody seems to be questioning for some reason. They have Vince and Jesse talk for a second, and the Hillbillies are in the ring. Yeah, they're all sitting down with their feet out, playing with their toes. And Vince says, they're here to confront Piper after his behavior, where he interrupted the wedding at the last Saturday Night's main event, and, as well as what Jesse said. And let's take a look, and then they show it. And the line that they were mad about is Jesse on commentary when Uncle Elmer was kissing his wife. He said, it looks like two carp in the Mississippi River going after the same piece of corn.
I remember that line.
It was over the top. That's what did it. You can't fucking say that about the Hillbillies and their wife. So, Piper's Pit.
Which
Bob
I
Orton's
like,
here.
by the way.
Yes.
Stop talking about my fucking wife. Hey, fuck you. Hey, fuck you.
So Piper's here, Bob Orton's here, and the Hillbillies are here. And Piper says, well, howdy. Howdy there, neighbor. How you doing there, Uncle Elmer? How are you, Mrs. Elmer? And he looks at Cousin Junior, and they're not happy about that. And he's, oh, sorry. Everything's Halloween with you folks. I'm having a good time sitting there, and you just got married. Tell me something that everyone in America's been dying to know. What went on the wedding night? And Uncle Elmer, in the best way he can say it, I can't do an Uncle Elmer, sadly, but he says, none of your business. And Piper says, oh, come on. You and your lovely wife, have you thought of planning a family at all? And Elmer says, that's none of your business, too. And Piper stops, and he thinks for a second. And he says, oh, those are real good answers. I watched the wedding. Him and his bride, and they took the veil off, and there was all Uncle Elmer there. And Elmer stands up, and he says, hey, you, shut your mouth. And Hillbilly Jim stands up, and the Hillbillies are fucking getting hot.
That's where shit changes. Hillbilly Jim stands up and shit changes in this building.
So Hillbilly Jim stands up and he points to Piper and he says, let me ask you something. And Piper says, oh, no, I didn't say none of that. And Jim says, why'd you have to say the things you said about Uncle Elmer and his wedding? They're standing up for family here, man. This is like serious shit.
And Piper said I didn't.
I didn't do it, yeah. I didn't say that shit. And Jesse Ventura's immediately sweating. And Uncle Elmer's standing up now too. And Jim says, well, who said it then? And Piper said, oh, well, Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura.
Damn! You dimed your boy out quick.
What the fuck?
McMahon, what the hell is this?
You got a lot of snitches around here, McMahon. You better watch your back.
One's about to be in a tag match here in a minute.
And Piper said, "Why? I didn't say it, but I do agree with the man." And fucking Hillbilly Jim says, "Well, let me tell you one thing. If Jesse Ventura is such a man, why doesn't he come down and say it to Uncle Elmer face to face?" And Jesse's hot. They show a shot of commentary, which is in a crazy spot. It's a small elevated platform, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not a lot, you know. It can't even be bigger than the size of a picnic table. Like, it's very small. And Jesse takes his headset off. He's pissed. He takes his jacket off. He heads to the ring. And he gets in the ring, and Uncle Elmer says, "I want to say something. Jesse Ventura, come on down here and tell me what you said about my wife and myself in the ring." I mean, Uncle Elmer's fuming. My wife. And Jesse says, "Wait a minute. You're telling me I'm afraid to come out here and say something face to face? I called it just the way I seen it. I talked just the way I saw it, and I ain't backing down on nothing." And Piper says, "Wow, yo, you guys looking out? We came to talk. You guys are looking for a fight." And Hillbilly Jim says, "Maybe we do, Mr. Piper." Now, Bob Orton is behind them. He gets on his hands and knees. I mean, this is classic. Classic bullying.
Can't beat this.
This is, I mean, like, there's nothing meaner than doing this, I think.
Can't beat this.
Hands and knees behind, I believe, Cousin Junior.
Cousin Junior Luke Mud Pie Jones.
Yeah. Anderson. Piper says, "We don't want to do that. You cause you guys any trouble. We know how intelligent you guys are, and you too." And he shoves Cousin Junior, and he falls over Bob Orton, and everyone's laughing at him. Fucking Hillbilly Jim turns around and decks Bob Orton, sends him to the floor. Piper ducks a punch and powders, and Jesse Ventura is left with the Hillbillies. And Hillbilly Jim and Uncle Elmer, they back him down, but Jesse just barely able to get out of the ring. And they have Jesse Ventura's hat, and Elmer throws it down. I thought what they were going to do was commence the jiggling on the hat.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Like, hit the fucking music, and they all take turns stomping around this
train.
hat. That would have been fantastic. But they stomp it out, and Hillbilly Jim goes over. And this is where I realized it's not Cousin Luke, because Hillbilly Jim goes over to him and says, "You all right, Junior? Junior?" And I was like, oh, okay. Is that maybe just a nickname? And then Elmer says Junior, and I said, okay, is this a whole different fucking guy? And that's when I looked it up. So I guess it is. And Elmer tells him to stomp the hat, and he does.
Well, Cousin is his first name.
Oh,
right.
They just all have different last names, but they're related.
So it means to be a hillbilly.
I you know what? I'm learning more and more every show.
Well, now it's time for the Great Pumpkin Dunk.
So Gene's back here, and he says, "Thank you, Vince McMahon. 200 gallons of chocolate syrup in this tank." I said, "What?"
I missed him saying that every single time they said it tonight. Just missed the entire thing there.
You just heard what you wanted to hear.
Yeah,
exactly. Right.
Classic.
200 gallons for what? Like, what
for the
fuck?
Great Pumpkin Dunk.
There's some hungry guys on this show. King Kong Bundy could use a little snack here. So the Great Pumpkin Dunk is here. It's going to be Cousin Junior, said name, and Captain Bobby Heenan. Not captain of the WWF, just captain of the team. And you're going to have to take that hat off, Heenan. And Heenan says, "I'm going to get rid of this weasel. A raccoon. I'm going to get ready." Gene looks over and he says, "Oh, look at this. Junkyard Dog dressed as a mummy of all things." Now, why do you keep saying this like this?
Of all things, yeah.
Iron Sheik can't be Batman. Junkyard Dog can't be a mummy. You're a fucking pumpkin, Mean Gene. You better chill.
Dude, that's the Yeti.
I mean, I'm so sad that the Yeti never had an actual match. Like, he just turns into a super giant ninja, which also based, but you know, would have liked to see.
Well, as the Yeti, he transformed, still the Yeti, and then changes his name, and he works
legally.
Yeah, so technically he was the Yeti for one match.
That is true. He legally changed his name Chavo to Kerwin style.
Super giant ninja.
So JYC says, I swear to God, I swear JYD says this, but I'm assuming it wasn't. I heard JYD say, "Shit, I'm easing in, baby. I'm coming to watch my main man Junior dip his face right into this thing and eat these pumpkins real fast." Swear he said shit. Definitely didn't, but it was funnier than I thought he did. Gene says, "Speaking of Cousin Junior, he's arriving now. And let me explain the rules. Macho Man Randy Savage, you will be holding the bag." Oh, yeah, the food bag. Right, that's right. Macho
Dude,
Man.
I replayed that like 4 times because I had no idea what he was saying.
Food.
Dude, I think so, but he like was whispering. It was like the weirdest mod. It's like he's saying on your bed, give me that food bag, right?
Dude, that's how he talks all the time.
Yeah, it's either super loud or super quiet. There's no in between, actually. And Gene says, all right, you got 60 seconds on the clock. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And Macho Man says, psych up, baby. And Macho Man is crazy during this. So they start, and what you got to do is you have to bob for a pumpkin and then throw it into this bag with your mouth. And Macho Man, every time that Heenan gets one in the bag, yells the number. 1! Oh, he's got 3! And Gene at one point tries to talk to Elizabeth. He says, Elizabeth, how many? And he looks at Macho Man and he says, all right, never mind. Their fucking faces are covered in chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Gene starts to count down from 7, and it's over. And Macho Man says, 7 pumpkin dunks.
Dude, I loved Heenan cheating. That was so fucking funny.
I know. Like,
yeah.
Just throwing him in at one point, right? I think that's what happened.
Yeah, just using his hands. They were like, hey, he's using his hands. Yeah, whatever. Just get this over with.
He's looking at Elizabeth. Sorry, I'm busy. And Gene says, Heenan tied it all up. We're going to go on to the rubber match, but let's get to more exciting action. That big dream tag team match. Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan are just moments away. The main event is now? Like
long match.
And I'm like, wow, yeah, there's like 40 minutes left on the show. Like, what? How could this be? But then I realized, oh, this is not the main event at all. Not even close.
Macho Man hugs Bobby Heenan at the end and gets pumpkin juice all over him, and then he flexes at the camera.
Macho Man is, I mean, again, we talked about it last time. These guys are unbelievable characters.
Yes, absolutely. They had to be.
That's what you said. Like, what else? Like, they had no choice but to try to be the best in their field, otherwise they're out of here.
So now it's time for Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant versus Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy. So we have a pre-match deal here before we get into the tag match. Mean Gene is here with Big John Studd, King Kong Bundy, and Bobby Heenan.
Yes, we get these pretty much before every match. I actually like this. And I mean, I think we talked about it last Saturday night's main event. I mean, Mean Gene is such an anchor, I guess you could say, of this show, where he is a part of every seg to move shit along. And
he's good at it, too.
He's fantastic. So Mean Gene's here with the Heenan, Studd, and Bundy, as you said, and Bundy is standing there doing Mike Tenay lips as Mean Gene asks Heenan about winning the pumpkin dunk, and Heenan says, was there any doubt in your mind I'd win, and anything I put my mind to I'd accomplish? And you're going to see these two men defeat Hogan and Big Andre the Giant.
You damn right I did.
The fucking pumpkin screw job. And Gene says, all right, Bundy, enough of the party talk. Let's talk about the Dream Team. And Bundy says, that's right, the Dream Team, the unbeatable team, the unslammable team, 823 pounds right here. I don't think Bundy realized that Heenan was talking about Hogan and Andre.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We're the Dream Team. We're taking it.
And Gene says, John, Studd, Andre, and Hogan are no strangers to you. And Studd says, everyone thinks the number one team in wrestling is Hogan and Andre. When a few short minutes, Studd, Bundy, and Bobby Heenan are going to show the world who's the best. He fucked up Bundy's name. And Gene says, thank you very much. Congratulations again, Bobby Heenan. Where's your beaver hat? Heenan says, it's not a beaver, it's a weasel. Ah, it's a raccoon hat. Gene says, sorry.
Right.
And then Heenan leads Bundy and Studd right from there to the ring. And now we got Mean Gene with Captain Louis Albano, that Vince keeps calling him, Hulk Hogan, and Andre the Giant. And Gene says, he's talking to Lou, does winning the pie eating competition help or hinder your wrestlers tonight? I don't know how the fuck would this affect them at all, but I'll take it. Well, Lou Albano just burps into the mic and says, all right, Hulk, sir, tell me, baby. And Hulk says, you know, Mean Gene, that's enough of the nonsense, brother. This out here, this is the real thing, man. My partner here, Andre the Giant, he's the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th wonder of the world, dude. There's no way Bundy or Studd could ever have beaten this guy fairly. And Andre once again puts his hand on Hogan's chest. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's get in the ring and get some action.
You talk too much. I loved Hogan's response here. All right, boss. He slaps him on the chest.
Yeah. I mean, cool team here, actually. Like, they have a cool camaraderie, I guess you could say.
They do, yeah. They absolutely do.
And, again, huge fucking match.
Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant versus Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy. Seeing all of these guys in the ring together is so insanely fucked up. I mean, King Kong Bundy looks fucking insane, man. I love this guy.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He is legit, and I don't mean this in a fucking mean way. I mean, this man is shaped like a bowling ball. Like,
shit is awesome.
So wide. Yeah, it's unreal how big he is.
He is begging to be the kingpin.
Oh my God, how was he not?
King Kong Bundy had no hair anywhere.
No, super clean like a baby.
Dude, like super bald all over the place. I mean, his entire body is just completely shaven. So Hogan and Bundy start things off with a fight for the middle. Hogan hits a jumping knee strike and takes Bundy down.
Oh my God, the jumping knee strike was awesome, by the way. It was funny when the match started, by the way. So Andre is rubbing his hands together and he pats Hogan on the back. And I can only imagine, I thought he was saying, "Oh, you'll take the heat tonight, bro."
No problem, dude.
I don't see you bumping anyway, brother.
So Hogan goes to body slam King Kong Bundy over the top rope, but Bundy gets down. Hogan punches down Bundy, and Bundy is really fucking moving, man. Like, super impressive
crazy
stuff here.
Yeah.
Andre gets tagged in and fucking grabs Bundy's singlet and chokes him with it and shakes him. I mean, Bundy is 450 pounds. He's just shaking this dude.
He's got both straps wrapped around his neck. By the way, the pop for when Andre gets in is nuts. Like, he is a star.
Yeah, like, super attraction.
He probably sold this whole place out himself. They could have just announced him. Yeah, super attraction's a great way to put it. Fucking Jesse Ventura's on commentary flipping out. This incompetent referee, McMahon, he's doing absolutely nothing about this. How is he choking him? I mean, he is blatantly choking him, and the ref is doing nothing about it.
I'm not going to stop Andre the Giant. Fuck that.
Get the fuck away from me,
Yeah,
referee.
what do you even do if this guy decides to go AWOL?
Give him a beer.
So Hulk Hogan comes back in. He hits a double axe from the second. Andre comes back in. He starts chopping down the tree that is Big John Studd.
I mean, he's taking him down. Again,
absolutely.
like you said,
Studd is huge, by the way.
Studd and Bundy are both, what a team. I don't know. They don't have matching gear or anything. They are legit, like, partners of circumstance.
So Andre reaches back and he accidentally strikes the ref, and the ref takes a bump. And now all four men are in the ring and they're going at it. Another ref comes down, and that is the way we go to commercial.
Yeah, the ref comes out. He checks on the dead ref. Hogan sends Bundy to the floor. We reassess, and Vince says, while we wait for a replacement referee, let's take a breather. And we're back, and Studd's in there with Andre, and Andre's got him in a bear hug.
They were way more creative with the commercial breaks back then. I feel we've seen a couple of these where they'll do something with the ref or something along those lines as we go into commercial break. You know, for a long time, they just grabbed a chin lock, did the heat in commercial, you know?
Sure, or double down or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or, someone gets thrown to the floor. Roll rolls on after this.
Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy powder. We go to commercial. We come back. Andre bear hugs Studd. Hogan comes in. He hits the axe bomber. I mean, we're hot. Andre comes back in. He hits a big boot. Bundy gloms Andre from behind. Hogan cuts him off. Big John Studd has Andre in the ropes.
Dude, not only Andre, which is exactly how I wrote it too, by the way, James. He Andre, but he Andre outside.
Yeah, facing the outside.
Yeah, he's like sitting on the apron with his arms stuck in the ropes, and he's doing the Sheamus clubs to the chest, beating the shit out of him. And fucking in the ring, they trip Hogan, and Bundy big splashes Hogan. They're killing these dudes.
Yeah, dude, seeing Andre get Andre'd in the ropes is awesome, man. Like, I was so happy when that happened. Yeah, that's such a cool spot. By the way, the big splash that Bundy uses.
Yes.
For some reason, I remember, I'm not sure when they did this, but there was an angle they ran where Bundy was injuring dudes with the splash. So, like, it's a big move.
Yeah. No, it's his kill move, right? And, how he does it is crazy. It's legit. He jumps into the air and then somehow puts himself in all fours in the air and lands on you.
Could you imagine King Kong Bundy doing the crowbar version where he does the splash to the floor?
Oh, shit.
That shit would have killed somebody. Yeah, you could make an angle for a year out of that.
I'm imagining it now and I'm enjoying it.
So Big John Studd, like you said, was just beating away at Andre's chest, his surgically repaired cracked sternum, and the match is called.
Yeah, DQ. The ref, the Bundy and Studd were doing too much, and Hogan gets up and the crowd comes alive because they know Hogan's about to save the day.
He comes in, he big boots Bundy. Andre holds Stud, and Hogan hits an axe bomber, and Stud powders out. And then Mean Gene comes in. He says, Andre, what the fuck just happened?
What are you, blonde? They do have Fink announce it was a DQ, and Hogan and Andre do win this, by the way. And I mean, Hogan and Andre are visibly not happy. They wanted to get the 1, 2, 3, which Hogan pantomimes, which is he's the king of pantomime.
I feel like I always see him doing that. He's always doing the.
Yes.
Yeah. He is always the fucking clap guy.
Because I don't know if he said it. I've seen in an interview or somebody that he would do this with the he would pantomime so much with the idea that no matter if they were in the front row or if they were in the very back row in the fucking nosebleeds, they could figure out what's being said.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that before. Yeah,
that's everybody in this era. Yeah, they were taught to make sure that everyone in the entire arena can make out what you're doing. Yeah,
which changes at some point to make sure the camera sees everything you do, and that's it.
Yeah, once it turned into a TV product instead of a touring brand, shit changed.
So Gene says, victorious in front of this crowd. Andre, tell us about it. I didn't get it up. I want some more. I come back here. I'm not finished with you guys. We are not finished yet. I said, oh shit, Andre is.
Hell yeah. That's what Mean Gene said. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hey, we prove one point. They can't beat Andre the Giant fairly. It takes 2 of them. They'll never beat Andre the Giant. And they never beat you either, because I want to be champion and you are the world champion. Oh shit, all right, cool. That's a little threat. I felt a little animosity.
Yeah, that was a little nefarious, but all right.
Something I'm not going to.
You gonna turn on me or something, dude? Hope not.
You can be the champion when I go to WCW, dude. I don't think so.
Yeah, man, just 2 bros being bros, until Andre gets weaseled by the weasel.
That's fucking bullshit. He pulls off Hogan's chain. No!
Give me that fucking shit, man.
Dude, Andre wins the belt and says, yes, sir.
We did watch that. That's fucking awesome.
Shit meant something to him.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. That was Mean Gene. Hell yeah.
So Andre says, King Kong Bundy or Johnston, I challenge you everywhere, anytime in the world. I challenge you everywhere, anytime in the world. Real shit, Andre. That's what Gene says.
Just so you know, it's on site, pussies. So we have Macho Man and Tito Santana coming up. But first, we have the pre-match shenanigans here. Mean Gene is here with the Macho Man and Elizabeth.
And Gene says, we're moments away from the Intercontinental bout with Tito Santana and Macho Man Randy. I got to ask you, why a woman manager? The kind of man that would ask a question like that is either a blind man or a stupid man. What kind of man are you, Gene Okerlund? All right, Elizabeth. No, I'm not done talking to you, bitch. Elizabeth, I understand why the Macho Man picked you, but why would you pick wrestling? And I mean, she says, well, Gene, I had an interest in sports, but I really just want to help Randy in any way he needed, which was, I mean, that's very wholesome. Sadly, Macho Man's an asshole to this poor woman. And Gene says, Randy Savage is quite unusual for you or any man to get a title shot so quickly. Are you ready? I'm ready, able, and willing. Don't you ever ask me a question like that again.
Dude, I couldn't believe we got the don't you.
I know. I was excited. I said, oh, shit. Don't you ever ask me a question like that again. Let's go, woman. And fucking Elizabeth and him walk away. Gene is staring at her ass as she walks away. And Vince says, Gene, you never looked at Lou Albano that way. But I guess Lou Albano never looked like Elizabeth.
He jump scared Mean Gene. That was funny.
Macho Man should have came back and kicked the shit out of him. What the fuck are you looking at, Mean Gene, you bald bastard? You were dressed like a pumpkin.
Is that attached to your head, or what's the deal with the stem?
Macho Man should have just wrestled as Tarzan. Not too far off from what he usually wears anyway.
Yeah, why wasn't he wrestling as Tarzan, actually?
Don't you ever question me like that again.
Who is Tarzan?
This is how I wear outfits.
It's my street clothes. So we have Macho Man versus Tito Santana Intercontinental Championship match.
No words from Tito, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure they got some, but maybe it just wasn't great.
Yeah, sure. Fair enough.
Macho Man and Tito start with a mean lockup here. Nice to see.
Very tight.
Tito goes to punch Macho, but he backs off and looks at the crowd. And Jesse Ventura says, well, McMahon, closed fist punches are illegal, so I don't blame Macho Man.
He's such a fucking asshole.
Macho Man grabs the chin lock. The crowd starts getting behind Tito as he works up here, but Macho yanks the hair and gets him back down.
Fucking son of a bitch. Dude, it's so funny. He yanks him down and Vince says, I looked like it was a yank there, Jesse. No, I certainly did not see that, McMahon.
Dude, this was great. So Tito tries to grab Macho Man's hair, but the ref sees him and doesn't allow him to do it. Oh. And Jesse Ventura says, I think he was going for the hair there. Yeah, good sequence of stuff here.
Wipe.
Macho Man body slams Tito and he heads up to the top, goes for the double axe, but Tito punches him in the stomach midair.
That was a crazy way he got there. He climbed up to the top just to climb to the second.
Doing a double axe as a regular move, by the way, makes the easiest cutoffs ever. I mean, good lord.
Yeah. There's so much you can do there.
Because I feel like this is a very common cutoff for the most part over the next 20 or 30 years. But like nobody was actually using the double axe. We've seen Macho Man win matches with the double axe. So it made a ton of sense when Tito would punch him in the stomach out of midair because he's going for a move that wins him matches, right?
And he knows the move. I mean, I've been watching a gif of Macho Man doing it off of a cage all week.
Dude, that is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Just destroying his legs at any chance he gets.
I mean, like, there's no way to land that, right?
It just folds like an accordion. I don't know, man. Isn't that?
I think I'm gonna head up top. You know, I could do it from the top, but how about I go to the top of the cage and do it? I don't know about that one, dude. Maybe you're gonna blow your fucking ankles and legs out. Don't you doubt the Macho Man, pussy. He probably that's probably exactly what it was. Hogan said he couldn't do it, and Macho Man says, fuck you, yes I can.
Dude, the boys probably came after him really hard every time. Yeah, you won't jump off the top to the outside. You won't do that. What the hell I'm doing right now?
Turns out it was nobody. It was just people Macho Man was making up in his head, telling him he couldn't do it.
He's hearing. What the hell are you talking about?
Thinking about it.
He's sitting in the corner of a room arguing with himself. I'll do it. I'll do it this time.
He's in the fucking room where they put him fucking straight jacketed because of the
Slim Jims? Yeah.
Beef, spice, I'm gonna jump off some shit.
The Slim Jim guy's talking to me.
So Tito's now a house of fire, unloading everything he's got after catching Macho Man off guard here. Punches, kicks, a big wind-up punch. Tito hits the ropes for the flying burrito, but Macho Man powders.
Almost.
Tito chases him out and punches him down by the barricade here.
It's the shit out of him.
Macho Man is just playing keep away now. Macho Man then hits a knee lift that sounds like a fucking gunshot went off.
Sounded fantastic. Yeah, it was legit. Like, fucking got him.
The ref calls for the bell, though, because the match is a double count out.
Sloppy finishes here in the WWF. I'm getting real sick of it.
I love the guy holding the mic beside the ring, sitting in a chair.
That's his job.
I don't know if you noticed him. He's got the long stick mic, and he's just sitting out there catching all the sounds.
Oh, is that for, like, the ring sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works when they do it.
They had this on all the Saturday night main events, like someone ringside with a big microphone, yeah.
It's a smart idea when it works.
So we go backstage. Mr. Fuji is screwing in his eyeballs.
Yeah, what the fuck is this? He's fucking knuckling his temples and just grimacing and groaning into the camera. And then we go to another scene where Ricky Steamboat is breaking a board. Then he stands up and punches another and back elbows another one. He's going to town on this. This is, of course, the preparation you have to have for a Kung Fu challenge.
And, of course, then we cut to everyone backstage practicing for the Pumpkin Pass contest. This is the craziest back-to-back-to-back pre-tapes ever.
Dude, the first shot that they show here is unexplained. They don't say what we're going into, so all I see is Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov kind of nuzzling each other's necks, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Is this like a
Yeah, I was like,
Halloween
wow, that's pretty
thing?
Badass. But then,
Like-
yeah, they say it's a Pumpkin Pass deal.
I was so confused. Yeah, they're passing a pumpkin to each other through their necks, and so Gene says, with the final practicing going on here for the Pumpkin Pass, let's take a very special glimpse at Roddy Piper and how he spent his Halloween at his rented American home.
I could have never guessed what I was about to see.
I cannot believe like any of this. The fact that they went out of their way, by the way, to make sure that people knew that he didn't live in America, like His gimmick is he is not American. He's from Scotland, and you have to know this. So
Airbnb.
Yeah, the OG. He's a landlord. So outside his house, there's a big Roddy Piper cutout, and bagpipes are playing, and Piper's in his house, and he's hello, mighty spider, and faster. And there's a cutout of him in the house as well. Oh, Sylvester Stallone. Not too handsome as me. And he's fucking flipping out. He says Halloween and such fun preparing for them little monsters, and you take a stick and you put it inside. You got to twist it around. I didn't understand what was going on until Vince is here, which he is here. He no clips into Piper's house.
Yeah, that's right, with a microphone.
Yeah, he's set up for a broadcast, and Vince is here. And Vince says, we're in the kitchen of the rented American home of Roddy Piper. Would you mind cutting down that radio? And Piper says, and I quote, I got bricks to make, man. I don't know. That's where I realized, he's fucking like planning to kill kids. Is what's happening here. So Vince says, Mr. Piper, how do you celebrate Halloween back in your native Scotland? And Piper says, not a native. I come from the most sophisticated. And Vince says, hold on, wait, what the? These are bricks. Oh, no. This is a bowling ball. No, that's a candy apple. He says, when that wonderful children come to the door and ring the doorbell, ding, ding, and another one comes out, ding, ding, and a ding, ding, and it rings again, ding, ding. And Piper emphasizes that in Scotland, it's trick or treat, which means I guess this is what they do there. You either get a trick or a treat, and one of the tricks will be he will beat you to death with bricks and bowling ball. Right, James? No? Am I getting this wrong?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this whole segment, I have no idea what's going on.
Dude, it's like a psychopath at work here. I don't know what's
right.
happening.
I don't think you're supposed to understand what's going on. There is
like
nothing to understand.
He's screwing sticks into bowling balls. What the? How is that a candy apple? But yeah,
well, he's just a crazy, crazy man.
Well, the doorbell rings, and there's kids here, and one of the kids says, "Shh, I remember last year." So Piper says, come on in here," which I guess was acceptable in 1985, that kids knock on the door and you bring them into the house.
Yeah, did that just fucking happen like all the time?
I guess so. And Vince is there, always fucking trouble. And he says, look at this. What a bunch of lovely curtain climbers. What are you supposed to be? And the kid says, Hulk Hogan, Mr. Piper. Oh, who is he? Anyway, you got candy? Oh, you got the same size arms as Hogan. That sucks.
Hey, what are those, dude? Oh, yeah, those are bricks. And bowling balls.
No. These are fucking candy apples. And one of the girls says, why are they so big? Oh, well, because I'm a wonderful person. So he tries to give him chocolate. He says, this chocolate's from Hershey, Pennsylvania. You want some? Let me help you. And he stuffs
That's where we're at tonight.
Yeah!
That's where we're at tonight.
That's where we rented this lovely house. And Piper stuffs a bowling ball through one of the bags. Dude, I don't know if you guys caught it. He does this and the bag rips and you can hear someone behind the shot laughing.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I had a very crazy VHS sound effect going on the whole time. So
Piper says, I'll help you. And the candy goes all over the floor. And he says, I got a bag of candy to fill for you. I'll fill them up. And he fucking fills 2 bags of candy and he hands it to the kids. And the kids say, thank you, Mr. Piper. And he says, you're so welcome. Get out. So the kids fucking leave, and they're all corralling around outside, and they say, we got him this time. I hope Mr. Piper likes his chocolate-covered red pepper. And I'm like, what? So we go right back inside immediately. Piper is fucking flipping out. He takes flowers out of a vase and drinks the water, pours it all over his fucking head. Vince is dying laughing as Piper's flipping out. Oh, you fucking stupid kid.
This man looks at the camera. You guys like Tom and Jerry or what? Bugs Bunny.
Vince does a little tap dance.
Dude, the way Vince turns and looks at the camera and says, trick or treat, Roddy.
It's
wow,
such
that
a
was
fucking...
more unnerving than the rest of this.
Fuck you. He should have ran outside and put the Hogan kid in a sleeper, and Hogan kid hulks up from it.
Yeah, I should have just panned away outside, drone shot, backing up. The kids start running like they're in the movie Weapons, and Piper's chasing them around the neighborhood.
Dude, he's throwing bowling balls and bricks at these kids as they're running down the street.
Yeah, it's time for the main event here. Mr. Fuji versus Ricky Steamboat Kung Fu match.
How's that?
We get a little pre-match stuff here. Mean Gene comes up to Mr. Fuji backstage, who is breaking bricks with his bare hands.
Which, I mean, is pretty impressive. I believe that they're real bricks, and I'm buying into it. And he does it. He breaks one. He says, this is fucking Ricky Steamboat's arm. This one's Ricky Steamboat's leg. And then he has a board, and he says, this is the ribs of Ricky Steamboat, and he breaks it over his head. And Gene says, you have got to be kidding me. We got to get out of here before we run out of bricks and wood, which I guess they needed an abundance of.
Take it to Roddy Piper's for the pre-tape. Yeah, Mean Gene said, wow, you're creating a lot of expectations. Do you think you're going to be able to follow through? No, Mean Gene, I don't think they are.
No way, bud. No way. It's pretty interesting. I guess this isn't something how we talked about before, the pacing of shows like this, because I think the last one too had the Hogan Terry Funk match was not the main of that one, was it?
There must have been a time in the show where they knew the most people would be watching, so that's where they wanted to be on the show.
Oh yeah,
sure,
right.
Okay, that makes sense, and that's where the biggest match goes then.
So Mr. Fuji walks out with Don Morocco to the ring, and Mean Gene is here with Ricky Steamboat.
Gene says, perhaps one of the most important matches of your career. That's fucking crazy. We know Mr. Fuji and Don Morocco are capable of. Let's go back in time and refresh some memories. So they show back to this angle here where they had a belt or a strap wrapped around Ricky Steamboat's neck, and Mr. Fuji was holding him up with this. Don Morocco was holding his legs, and they threw him over the top rope to hangman him? Like,
yep,
this is the scariest thing I've ever fucking seen.
So now it's time for a kung fu match.
So Gene says, "What will be different in your match tonight?" And Ricky says, "You know, in the past, they felt the physical person of Ricky Steamboat. Tonight, Fuji, you're gonna feel what you fear. The dragon. You remember that, Fuji? I see you out there." And he points out to the ring. The dragon. I've said enough. And he heads to the ring.
Mean Gene says, that makes me feel very uneasy. Back to you, Vince. Wow, you guys have created some very high expectations for this one. Ricky Steamboat versus Mr. Fuji with Don Morocco, Kung Fu match. As you mentioned before, Fuji and Morocco have been making Steamboat's life a living hell. I mean, they hangmanned him over the ropes, right? Yeah. So Steamboat's going to unleash the dragon and take care of business. Steamboat is fucking shredded, man. He looks great.
Wow. He looks fantastic. Yeah, dude. Like, again, I watch his match. I'm like, God damn it. A little singles with Don Morocco would have been cool.
Well, Steamboat hits a huge strike combo with an NZ to start things off. Mr. Fuji goes low and then headbutts Steamboat's cock and balls.
Dude, like, he definitely kicks him right in the balls, and then says, oh, that was not a kick to the groin. It was the upper leg, however. I'm guessing the referee just fucking blew this one.
Dude, he said, that's not a kick to the groin, and then he immediately headbutts him right in the cock and balls. Well,
ignore it? Yeah.
All right. Fuji chops Steamboat super hard here, which sees Steamboat fire back with a low combo. Fuji gets underneath Steamboat's chin with 2 fingers and sends him flying.
Holy shit, Tongan death grip whip? This was fucking sick.
Fuji hits a TNA kick, goes for a vertical suplex, but Steamboat reverses it into one of his own.
Dude, I wrote, Fuji double punches him in the chest and then hits a TNA kick. It's just what it is. Yeah, I mean, fucking Ricky's on top now, heads up top for his move.
The drop kick from the top.
Right.
And he hits it, and it's over.
And he wins, yeah. I said, I was totally expecting diving crossbody, but I guess in a kung fu match, you have to do a kung fu drop kick.
You see, Ricky Steamboat's finish is the crossbody. The Dragon's finish is the drop kick off the top.
Right.
Anyways, here's Don Morocco. He comes in and missed Steamboat in the face of red mist immediately.
That was awesome. Just spits it right in his face.
Yeah, unreal amount of mist that he unloads on Ricky here. And it's all over him. And then they kick the shit out of him. Even worse, they missed his eyes, and then Mr. Fuji starts raking his eyes. That sucks.
That's for good measure, yeah.
Yeah, fucking asshole. They stomp him out, they rake his eyes, and they just leave. And Jesse Ventura says, "This goes by one of my old standby rules, McMahon. It's not how you play the game. It's whether you win or lose. Ha ha, ha ha ha." Damn.
Mean Gene is here with Elizabeth and shows the audience how we're doing the pumpkin pass. You put the pumpkin on your neck and you pass it to the other person's neck.
There's intricacies here, and they have to do this through the entire line of their team to win. And if they drop it, that is how many passes will count to their final score. And Gene, it's very awkward. I don't know why they couldn't come up with anything else here.
Yeah, really.
So we're with Vince and Jesse now, and Vince says, "We're just about ready for the final event, the special pumpkin pass competition." And if you'll recall, Jesse, early on, Lou Albano's team won the pie eating contest. Well, that didn't surprise me one bit, McMahon, because Lou Albano is a big, fat, sloppy pig.
Holy fuck.
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Ventura, you know I'm in the room, right, asshole?
What are you going to do, fat boy?
You know I'm boys with fucking Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, right? Like,
oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know George the Animal Steel, asshole.
Well, Vince doesn't even sell that. He says yes, but hey. But then we saw the bobbing for pumpkins that was won by Bobby Heenan's team. Well, he's the brain. Of course he won. I'm not too sure what this next competition takes, but nonetheless, gentlemen, are you ready? You have 60 seconds to pass this pumpkin down the line. And if you drop it, that's where the count of passes stops. So we begin with the faces. They start passing it from one to the other. It's JYD, Tito Santana, a bunch of other faces here, and Jesse is already accusing them of cheating. They're covering up with their capes, McMahon. They're getting their hands in there. There's hands involved in there. Lou Albano gets past the pumpkin. He then starts convulsing, and he must have an immediate allergic reaction.
It's and too much pie. You know? That'll get you every time.
There's no such thing if you smell. So, yeah, Lou Albano starts shaking, and he drops it before he can pass it to Hogan. So there's 5 successful passes for Lou Albano's team. Hogan should have fucking decked him right there. You fucking up my push, dude. That's going against my win-loss record, brother.
Nah, come on. That's his boy.
Why is Andre not participating in the Halloween contest activities?
Just couldn't pay him enough.
That's fucking sucks. They should have got pumpkin beer.
Yeah, he probably went to the bar. He's not doing the pumpkin pass.
Yeah, you're right.
He's taking a big shit instead of doing this. So we go to the next team, and Jesse says, "Mean Gene, we got a new late entry. Super Rod has arrived. This team has got to be the odds-on favorite because Roddy Piper's now here in his goddamn Superman outfit." And then we have the heels do it. The heels.
King Kong Bundy as Abraham Lincoln starts things off. I mean, this is a crazy look. I mean, this guy looks nuts.
I didn't realize that. In my brain, King Kong Bundy was not a stooge, but he kind of was.
Got the hat.
So they pass it one to the other, and we get down to Elizabeth trying to pass it to Piper, and Piper is going out of his way to make this the most difficult process he could possibly make it. And Elizabeth drops it, which turns her into the most hated person in the room.
Macho Man is pissed.
Dude, Macho Man is in her face. Fucking Piper is screaming, "A shame on you!" They're like, all the heels are admonishing her for dropping this stupid ass pumpkin. Macho Man is, I mean, he's so fucking mad. He's more mad that they lost this than him not winning the Intercontinental title. Like, this is nuts. And fucking Jesse says, "Well, I would suppose, you go over there, the hillbillies, they grew up sitting on pumpkins." And Gene says, why do you want to get on the case of the hillbillies? "Well, you better watch it yourself, you little pumpkin, or I'll pass you." I am sorry.
Fuck.
I mean, the ability for these guys to bounce off each other is amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
The chemistry is fantastic.
They're with each other
here.
all the time.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably fucking ribbing each other on the road constantly.
Well, it goes to commercial and it comes back, and Vince, Mean Gene, and Jesse Ventura are here.
Yeah, so Vince says, "Pumpkin eating, pie passing, and Piper's Pit can't get any better than this." Well, let me tell you two dudes something. You Jack McMahon and you little ugly pumpkin, it could get a lot better than this. Me and Piper, we want those hillbillies in the ring on the next Saturday night main event. WWF, you listen up. And Gene's had enough. Gene looks up at Jesse Ventura and says, "You call me a little pumpkin, Jesse Ventura. You're the last one to talk with them pheasant peacock feathers all over your face.
Aren't I pretty?
Give me a break. Vince, I don't know about this guy.
Well, it goes to commercial, and we come back, and they say goodbye.
Dick.
Yeah.
Dick Ebersol. So yeah, Vince is with Jesse, and Vince says, I had a really good time. Jess, what about you? Well, if that's your idea of a good time, McMahon, I've sure had better ones. All right, so long. We'll see you on the next Saturday Night's Main Event. Dick Ebersol is on this. You fucking put this together. Shouts out Dick Ebersol. I love these shows. I feel like I have such an appreciation for a lot of these guys, more than I already did. Like, completely admit myself, the Terry Funk that I know is ECW and beyond.
Sure, yeah.
That's how I caught him, right? Like, he came into ECW. His gimmick there was he was the vet, so I just knew that he'd been around for a while.
His gimmick here is he is the vet.
That's fucking also true. You're right.
Yeah.
So, like, that's how I all saw him. So go back and see, like, oh, okay, this is why he was sick. Like, this is why this guy kicks ass.
Yeah.
I mean, even with Hogan, like, you know, the Hogan that I saw, obviously I've seen clips and clips of him from fucking, you know, slamming Andre, yada, yada, yada.
Mhm.
But, like, you can very obviously see how this guy caught the crowd that he did and how he got so over. Everything he did was so flashy. Not entirely moves-wise, but just how he presented himself. He was fucking huge. Larger than life is probably a good way to put it. I think James said that earlier. I mean, like, I totally get, like, all this stuff. Piper, another guy. Just the being able to see these guys. I mean, 1985, I don't know shit about a lot of this stuff. Even fucking Junkyard Dog, like James was talking about, which he was fucking schooling me on that, you know, how over he was before this. It's like, damn, man, like, fucking, it used to be better, huh?
At the very least, it was definitely different, yeah.
Well, that is it for WWF Saturday Night's Main Event from November 2nd, 1985, the Halloween episode. And that is it for our show. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Make sure to check us out on patreon.com/deadlockpw. Check out Deadlock Pro Wrestling. That is our pro wrestling company. DPWOnDemand.com, DPWTIX.com. Find out if we're going to be in your town soon. November 7th, Cary, North Carolina. We got another show, DPWTIX.com. Check out Super Battle on DPWOnDemand.com. Happy Halloween, motherfuckers. And we'll see you next week for another edition of the Deadlock Podcast.